Hey everyone, it's Nina from ROADIE Free Radio. In today's clip, Larry talks to Meegan Holmes, who's worn a few different hats in the industry, from system engineer and technician to monitor and front-of-house engineer, and now she's the general manager and sales rep for the LA branch of Eighth Day Sound. She has toured with Tool, Queens of the Stone Age, Gorillaz, and more. In this clip, she says why it's important to give everyone a fair shot, no matter who they are. If you want to hear more from Meegan, you can listen to the full episode, number 175 from July 20th, 2020. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing. See you next time, everybody. Here's Larry and Meegan Holmes.
Again, you had a lot of support growing up. You had these two great guys from SIR that helped you and encouraged you and whatnot. You also had, as I understand it from your Sound Girls interview, sometimes when you faced a little adversity, when you called and were trying to get hired and people were like, what was one of the things was, we don't hire women because we have to pick up their slack. That was one of them. What was the other one?
We don't hire women for touring positions. You're welcome to come and work in our offices in our warehouse, but we won't put you on tour. And those were people that I was referred to by somebody that knew them. I was not cold calling these individuals. These were people that I had hoped, and maybe they didn't, had laid some sort of groundwork with the person I was calling and saying, hey, Meegan's going to call you. She's amazing. She's totally focused on this. But both shut me down so fast that it was sort of like, okay, maybe nobody called ahead. Because maybe that wouldn't have been a recommendation for me to call them if they had called ahead and heard, oh, no, don't refer me a woman. Like, we don't hire them.
That's fucked up, man. When you got that response, was there a part of you that was like, oh shit, maybe this isn't going to work?
No.
Forge ahead.
It made me dig in.
Yeah.
It hurt me. Sure. I'm not going to lie. It crushed my spirit. But it made me not want to give up. It made me work harder. It made me, well, part of what doing live sound is a very physical aspect of it. And I didn't ever want somebody to think that because I was a woman, I couldn't do the physical aspect of the job. So I spent a lot of time working out, taking care of myself, lifting weights, getting strong, being referred to as stronger than most of the guys. I took great pride in that because I never wanted somebody, if you wanted to not hire me because you didn't like my personality or you thought my skills weren't good enough, fine, cool. But I never wanted it to be about the fact that I couldn't pull my weight. And I think that stemmed from the guy that was like, we don't hire women, we find we have to pick up their slack. I was like, oh, I'm in the gym.
I was just saying, I bet you got a lot of mileage out of that one, right? Every fucking rep, you're like, you motherfucker. Listen, I'm curious. I want to ask you, as you then shifted in your life, your career into positions, into a position where you could be hiring people, did that ever come into play where you were like, I'm going to fucking hire this dude. I'm going to hire this woman right here. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever have that? Did you carry that, I guess, the grudge or no? Were you able to compartmentalize that? You also had, again, these two guys. These guys sound great because I feel like I can just picture these two guys from SIR. I feel like I knew guys like that, that were just so passionate into it. It probably balanced out. Of course, I'm answering your question for you, which I shouldn't do, but it probably balanced out that kind of shit, right? I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a total yin yang because, on the one side, I've got, people saying, we don't hire women for touring positions or we don't hire women at all. And on the flip side, the stagehand company I worked for, I moved up in the ranks really quickly there because I worked hard. And they liked that because who doesn't mind working with somebody who works really hard? And that's really what I carry on now into my, elder years and my managerial years is I don't care. I want to hire the right person for the job. And I want to hire the right person for more than just technical experience, it's also, and I'm sure you've heard this a lot, we're a very intimate group of people. It's your personality too that's extremely important, that carries you through as well. So, you know, I meet somebody that's got an extremely strong resume and we hit it off, that's when I'm like, I want to hire this person. Or I read a resume that is super legit and you can tell it's legit. And I get excited. And I will always give a woman a chance, always.
Yeah.
Always. And I, you know, I've advocated and hired women that aren't very big, you know, that look really petite, but can haul ass. And people love because they work really hard and they know what they're doing. So, you know, there's not necessarily even a bias within my gender where I think that somebody needs to be, you know, in the gym every day the way that I was. That's how I chose my path, but I don't think that it has to be that way for everybody. So, yeah, I just give people a shot. And I think that that's all anybody wants. That's all I ever wanted. Just, I mean, both of those people that said those things to me, neither of them had ever met me. Mm-hmm. Neither of them had seen me face to face. They didn't know anything about me. And yet they blindly said that. And that's the thing that I will never do. Mm-hmm. I will try and learn about somebody. Now, I get a resume and I see on it that there's a lie, goes right into the trash, and I'm not calling that person back. Mm-hmm. I've had resumes sent to me that take credit for things that my friends have done. Mm. So, you know, that's the one side. The other side is I see a resume that maybe is super weak, that doesn't have a lot of experience. There might be a place for that person still. So there's something for everybody, really. Yeah. And it's just a matter of figuring out what the right thing is for that person. And sometimes it's a little trial and error. I've sent some people out on some jobs and it's been like, well, he wasn't the greatest at doing that. It's like, cool. But this person's amazing at doing this thing. So let's keep having them do this thing and show them our ways and try and open up their learning. But I don't prioritize anybody over anyone because of gender or if they're gay, but I do really try to give everybody a fair shot.
Hey, what's happening, roadies? It's Larry here. Just wanted to thank you so much for listening to this short clip. I really hope you got something out of it. If you can take 2 seconds to head over to iTunes and drop us a review or a comment, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Keep listening, keep coming back, stay healthy out there, and remember, no roadies, no rock and roll.